just a bit of context for outdoor learning for us, has a massive positive impact on awareness. That's one of the biggest things we talk about in school. So one of our strap lines for safety sweeps, but also generally is look up, look down, look all around. And then actually that becomes part of what your thinking is. So we've been on this journey now for 12, 15 years. So some of these things have embedded over time, but actually getting people to look up, look down, look all around, it also has an impact on what you do yourself. Because if you're out for a walk, wherever you are, you notice more. So obviously mental health and well-being is a massive agenda. For me personally, I teach at Forest School 3 days a week. One, because there's no marking. Two, it's outside. Do a lot of the teacher PPA then, but also this year it's having teachers and classroom practitioners more involved, because otherwise it's kind of, it's not linked, and connection is a massive part of what we do. And it's the whole curriculum. So we don't do anything twee. As a school, can't stand it if it's attached just for a tick box exercise. So it's got to have impact. Communication, so lots of talking, early language especially, which is something that we found in school after lockdown and children being at home. There's lots of development needed with early language. Resilience, so we're a values-based school, so it underpins everything we think about. We talk about ultimate trust, and I'll tell you about the little boy in the picture in a minute. And then health, just generally, just being in the woods is good for you. So whether you believe that or not, actually there's lots of scientific studies into the impact of trees and being in woods or outdoors. And then there's an endless list. I could have gone on and on. So this little boy is somebody who's with us. So he's had 4 foster placements before the age of 8. His own parents would quite like him back when he's fixed. And this week and last week, I think his range of language that he's called me has been quite extreme. But we're not going to let him go. So part of the reason for sharing his story is in school, he's done really well. There's lots of trauma that he needs professional help with. But if you take him to the woods, which you might think we're taking him to a massive woodland, he'll run. He doesn't, because actually it's his place. If he could go and spend every minute of every day in the woods, then he would flourish, because he can occupy himself. He's built a bug hotel that he keeps going back to over the last 2 years. And there's huge amounts of things to do with ultimate trust. So one of the things we do at the moment, because he's having a bit of a wobble, because he's obviously changed classes and teachers, is I take him and a couple of other boys for a walk in the wider woodland, and there's about 20 deer who live there, badger sets, those kind of things. But when he walks on a new path he's never been on before, it triggers some of the thoughts of being a bit shaky. And actually, in a safe environment, it helps him to kind of adjust, and we can talk about those things. So we're not professional therapists, but it's putting him in a situation where he's comfortably uncomfortable.